Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to a new week. Happy Monday. And this week we are actually in for very exciting energies. Um, and just real quick, let me introduce myself. For those of you who don't know me yet, my name is Abigail Mensabonsu. I am an intuitive quantum goddess coach and a healer. And oh man, there's like so much coming in, so much energies that we get to work with this week. It makes this week so potent for us. And actually, from now all the way to the end of the year, it will be no surprise for these energies that come in each week to be that potent because they're preparing us to actually step into not only the new year, but a new dimension of consciousness, which is the 5D, right? So let's begin. What energies are we looking at this week? We're looking at the full moon coming up, right? I believe it's on the Thursday, the 12th. I believe it's a Thursday. So we have the full moon in Gemini. On the same day as the full moon, we have the 12-12 galactic, or I think the word that came in, what was it? I guess it was the Galactic Gateway also opening up. And then this week we've officially entered the eclipse season. So the solar eclipse actually will happen on the 26th. So after Christmas, that's when we actually that's when the actual eclipse will happen. But right now we're in that shadow period, right? The before and the after the eclipse are always the still potent energy there that begins to happen or that begins to work with us. And so these are the energies that we're working with this week. Eclipse season, we're working with the 12-12 galactic portal opening or gateway opening, and we're working with the full moon in Gemini opening. So I am so excited to bring in the messages that came through. And like I was saying, I think I mentioned this at least last week or even before, that this month's energies are just going to be high vibration, intense, because they're preparing us for something big, for something new. They're preparing us for a whole new level of our being. So it's no surprise that all of this is coming in to kind of get things rolling for us, get things in place. This is kind of like we've reached a point in time where you need to decide to let go of the things that no longer benefit you, that no longer brings you joy, that weighs you down, right? You need to chuck that aside, and the eclipse will make sure that you do that, right? There's a reason why it comes in after Christmas to kind of guide us into the new year. It is time for you to let it go. Okay, so think of it this way: the cosmic consciousness has given you so much time to do this. And we've reached a point where Mother Earth is already in that high state vibration. And she's just waiting for us to join in, right? And next year we jump into that 5D. Like this year, we've had taste of that 5D. Like Mother Earth is already in that fifth dimension of consciousness, right? Already working in there. And for most of you who've done the work, you've been feeling this. You've been already on the level. And here's the thing. There's some people that already have been living in these higher dimensions of consciousness, right? Especially quantum workers, healers. Like there's some souls that chose to come in a high vibration so that they can always hold the space for humanity and Mother Earth to rise into the higher dimensions. So there are people that already live in fifth dimension, sixth dimension, and beyond, and they hold the space. They hold that. We hold. We hold that space so that humanity can ascend very easily. Well, when I say very easily, I'm talking about universal sense, right? But ascend smoothly into the higher dimensions, right? But next year, we are like just diving into that fifth dimension of consciousness, and that's like a whole thing. I would dedicate a time to talk about this, but for now, let's kind of break it down for this week. So the solar eclipse, like I was saying, it doesn't happen until December 26th, but we enter the shadow period, which means that the solar eclipse is so powerful that you can actually feel it way before it actually happens. think of the solar eclipse as like a super potent new moon, basically. And I think it's really cool because we're going to be ending the year in the new moon. So we have a super, super, super new moon to really amplify ending the old year and then entering a new beginning in the new year. Seriously. Yeah. Okay. We'll just leave it that way. So this solar eclipse, because it is in the energy, it kind of coincides with the energy of Jupiter. So it makes the solar eclipse very positive. Jupiter is the planet of expansion, of prosperity, of good fortune. So it's kind of amplifying all of that energy, right? But because Jupiter is also expansive, the expansive nature of the solar eclipse is also going to increase, right? So whatever it is that we need to focus on, we need to shine the light on, right? It's all going to come up so that you can clear it, right? So we'll go into more details when we actually step into that solar eclipse on the 26th. What this solar eclipse is going to be doing, and you might even start to feel this since we stepped into that eclipse season energy. You might begin to feel this is really going to be supporting us to spread your wings and really experience life to the fullest. So if you've set an intention, you've always desired to be able to experience the freedom of being you on, like in the fullest expression of who you are, this solar eclipse is going to be really supportive for you. It's really going to be helping you to do that. It's going to be helping the entire humanity to do this. Again, this is the energy of 5D, so it makes a lot of sense that this is coming in. And this expansion is going to affect all areas of life. So it's not just going to be, relationship or just wealth, or, it's going to affect all the areas of your life, all encompassing. It's such a beautiful blessing. The full moon in Gemini, which is on Thursday, right? The Gemini is the sign of communication. It is also the sign of the mind because the planet for Gemini is Mercury, right? And so this is the aspect that this is the energy that we're going to be working with in the full moon. Full moon has to do with releasing, right? Letting go. So if the energy is bringing us to our mind, what is it that we're being asked to let go, especially in all of this other energies, right? What I got is the attention. We're being asked to focus on our own voice, what we tell ourselves, how we communicate with ourselves. It is time to clean it up. It is time to clean up how we talk to ourselves. It is time to go inside and visit that inner voice and check in with that inner voice to make sure that it is in alignment with who you truly are, to make sure that it is supportive of whatever it is that you are, you would like to experience or you would like to create. Make sure that it is supportive in every way. If it is not, you need to change it. Use that full moon energy to change it. Communicate better with yourself. How do you do this? You connect with your higher self. That inner voice needs to be your higher voice. That inner voice needs to be your higher self's voice. Anything else, if it is from the ego, there's going to be a lot. You know how the ego voices. You should be very clear on what that ego voice sounds like. Make sure that your inner voice is your higher self's voice. Okay, so this full moon in Gemini is going to be bringing attention to the voice in your head. And also it's going to be bringing in that mental clarity. So if you've been experiencing any confusion in any area of your life, this is really going to bring in that crystal clarity. Woohoo, we need that, right? Especially at this time of the year as we're beginning to set our intentions and goals. The more clarity we can get, the more we can ask for the things that we truly want, right? Ask for the experience that we truly want to experience in this lifetime. Yeah. And then, of course, the 1212 Galactic Gateway. I love these gateways. So you got to experience the 1111 Gateway, and you got to experience the influx of light. These gateways are opportunities or times in our lives where literally the heavens open and there's a downpour of light into our lives. Now, if you're conscious of these gateways, then you can open yourself up, or you can expand your capacity to receive more of these light and use this light, galactic light, divine light, to bless every area of your life, to use that to catapult you forward. Right? There's so much. Oh man, like there's so much coming in, just tapping into that energy, right? It awakens your soul gifts. It awakens your true self. It awakens your soul desires. It awakens your, did I say soul gifts already? Like I'm getting a lot of people are going to be receiving like an awakening of some sort, right? Whether it's your soul gifts becoming clear and potent and on point, or there's an awakening on the soul level where you remember who you are from a soul level. So you don't forget it, because the 5D dimension in 2020 has to do with operating from that level, right? You have to know who you are, not just from, who you are as in like what society has told you you are, or what you think you should be, or what other people have told you. No, no, no. It's about when you remove all these layers of, societal imprints and family imprints and all that stuff. Who are you when you came to this planet as that divine being? That's who you're going to be. Oh, that's the other part that's coming in with this gateway, a remembrance of your divinity, that your divinity is no longer something that is far away up in the heavens, that your divinity is right here. It is your flesh, it is your blood, it's right here, it's your physicality. It's about merging those two concepts and really embodying that, really awakening to that truth that you are divinity in human form. And what does that mean? Well, you're gonna have plenty of time to digest this and integrate this in all areas of your life. So the 1212 gateway, the other thing it's doing is that is going to be bringing the energy of introspection, renewal, and rebirth. And see this as like the final, or at least this is what is coming, it's like the final preparation that we are receiving before we enter that full 5D or fifth dimensional consciousness, right, in 2020. So it's like that last preparation to get us all in that zone, like, are you in or are you out kind of thing. And then we enter. So we're not just in, like I said, the universe has made sure that we're not just entering 2020 blindfolded or lost or unconscious, that we are fully aware of what this higher energy, high dimension is all about, and how we can use this, to create a better world. And I'm talking about your own world and also the bigger world, right? Because it begins with your world, and then it kind of gets bigger and it affects the bigger world, but it begins with you. The universe is blessing us with what we need in order to harness the best life possible in 2020 and beyond. I mean, it's just incredible. Thank you, universe. It's incredible. So I wanted to just kind of talk about a little bit about the energy that we're working with. I do this every week so that you understand that. And when you receive your message, you can kind of, you can kind of use that to see what you're swimming in and how it all goes hand in hand for you. So if you haven't yet, go ahead and close your eyes, put your hand on your heart and ask, which of these messages is for me this week? Which of these messages, or where should I put my energy? Where should I put my focus? 1, 2, or 3. Which of these messages is for me this week? Taking a deep breath in and out. And once you receive it, open your eyes. All right. So this week, the goddess that came in to support us is is goddess Demeter. Now, this goddess brings in the energy of nurturing. So she is the great mother of nurturing. Like she is known to be the the greatest nurturing mother, basically. And if you don't know Demeter, Demeter was the mother of Persephone. Persephone. I think that's how you say it. I keep like messing it up. Persephone. And Persephone was kidnapped by the god of the underworld. And so she was trapped there for a while. And Demeter, when moved heaven on earth to ask for her daughter to be returned to her. That whole thing was like a coup, right? It was planned behind her back. She was pissed off when she found out. She was pissed off at her husband. She was pissed off of everyone involved, and she was so pissed that Demeter is the goddess of the grains, right, of harvest, of abundance, of fall. And so when she got pissed off, she basically, the entire planet like lost all its abundance, like all the grains died. It was just a colorless world, and the gods made basically like, we're like, crap, okay, we got to do something. We got to do something and get her united with her daughter some way so that life can come back to the planet. And so what they did is kind of create or made an agreement so that Persephone will come up every spring and come visit her mother, and then a winter she would go back, right? The story is beautiful, but the point here is that Demeter did everything. She went above and beyond to take care of her daughter, to make sure that her daughter was good, right? And so the message that she brings in this week for us, that nurturing message, is like perfect for this week's energy, what we're going to be experiencing. So I will share that when that time comes. So let's go ahead and begin. If you were drawn to card number one, or if you were called to card number one, your card is the Pleiades. Ooh, I love this. And it says double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity to the Pleiades. And this is the message. The Pleiadians are a group of star beings dedicated to raising the vibration of the planet and sharing new consciousness through creations and technology. They have been incarnated on earth since near the beginning of humanity. You are a soul who has a double mission: to grow at a soul level and to raise the vibration of the planet. Right? 5D? Yeah, exactly. So if you, yeah, we'll come back to that. If you have been called to write, speak, or channel, this is your sign to keep doing it. Your work is divinely guided. Of all of the souls, Pleiadians are the chattiest, and so perhaps you have already started channeling some of this work into the third dimension. Thank you for doing your part in the great plan. Your presence and unique light is needed. Beautiful. So this is one of the cards that I pulled a while ago for me. And so when it popped up again, I was like, of course, right? So remember I was saying that as we step into the energy of the 5D, or actually the 1212 galactic portal, that your gifts, your soul gifts will really be potent. And if it hasn't already awakened, it's going to be awakening soon, or big time with the 1212 portal. So if you are a Pleiadian soul, you're being reminded of your mission, right? Of that mission of channeling and uplifting humanity. So if this card, if number one called you, go ahead and place your hands on your heart and receive this light transmission. I call upon Pleiadian consciousness of the highest realms and highest good of humanity to work through me. Let me be a channel for only the purest light of the essence of Source. Let me channel in a way that also serves me. So be it, and so it is. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, so if you were drawn to card number 2, if you were called to card number 2, your card is the Age of Light. Do you see how much light is already beaming in this week? See? The Age of Light, and the message is you've been training for this for lifetimes. All of these cards, I feel like I've pulled them for me. So it's like, for me, it's like a reminder, hey, keep that going. You're doing the good work, right? Kind of makes me happy, right? But there's a lot of light coming in this week. I mean, these two cards, look how beautiful they are, right? So here's your message. If number 2, you were drawn or called to number 2. Mystics and sages throughout the ages have predicted this period in history, and you decided to incarnate in the middle of it. There's no mistake that you are supposed to be here at this time of great change. If you ever feel unprepared or daunted by the path that is calling you, know this. You've been training for this for lifetimes. You're way more than the days that have breathed through you in this life. You're also of all the lifetimes that came before. All of these experiences have polished your soul into the most magnificent expression that is your authentic self. Your soul has many facets. Imagine a fingerprint. Your soul is a million times more intricate than that. If you put together all of the fingerprints of all the people you have ever been, you would not even get close to fathoming how much of a unique masterpiece you are. Fathoming. Oh my gosh. You came in with a clear soul plan. You came in with wisdom beyond your years. This is the part of you that longs to be seen. This is the part of you that is ready to step forward. This is ready. This part of you is ready to emerge. This is not the lifetime to stay hidden, but to step forth, be seen, and rise. Beautiful. So if you were called to card number 2, the Age of Light, go ahead and place your hands on your heart and receive this transmission. Deep breath in and out. Open yourself to receive. I call forth the soul gifts and soul training that I have received throughout all of my lifetimes. I am ready to embody them all now without hesitation and without fear. I have been training for this for lifetimes. I have been training for this for lifetimes. So be it, and so it is. Beautiful. All right, so last card, if you were drawn to card number 3, if you're called to card number 3, your card is the initiation. It's a rite of passage or crossing the threshold. Ooh, I love this one too. Powerful card for this week, especially. Here's your message. Some of the most sacred initiation chambers and temples look scary from the outside, but are breathtakingly beautiful on the inside. This represents the journey that the soul pilgrim is required to take to reach somewhere sacred. But only the initiated can enter. Perhaps that's where you are right now. You're being tested, initiated, because you are headed somewhere sacred. Initiations require that you cross the threshold from one world or state of being to the next. 5D. We are called to face what scares us and have to be willing to lose it all in order to gain a new way of being, of safety, of security, of depth, of meaning. Full moon energy. Initiations, like rites of passage, mark the shift from one age to the next and can take place because of emotional turmoil, great loss, grief, or devastation. But it is through the seeming hardship that our heart cracks open and our spirit is invested to step forward. We take the sacred voyage into more of who we are and who we came here to be. It can be painful and scary, but once we begin the journey, we can be more ourselves than ever before. If you are in the middle of an initiation right now, you will get through it, and one day soon. You will bless the thing that broke you down and cracked you open, because the world needs you open. You are going somewhere. You are going somewhere sacred. It will be worth it. And you are closer than you think. Beautiful message. Rite of passage, cross the threshold. So if you were drawn to this card, you're being asked you're being given the green light to cross the threshold. It is safe for you to cross that threshold. Beautiful. So those are the three cards. And go ahead and put a comment below what you're being asked to focus on this week with all of this yummy energy. And now let's dive into our goddess message. So again, our goddess is Demeter, bring the goddess of the nurturer. That's what the card says, the nurturer. Okay. So here's the message. Giving to others is a wonderful feeling. When you have a healthy sense of yourself, you want to share your love, your inspiration, your experience, and the exchange feels clean. Your boundaries are fluid yet strong. The Greek goddess of grain, motherhood, and the harvest, Demeter, reminds you that a harvest is meant to be shared. You've now tapped into her nurturing love, which is abundant, and well-meaning gestures will be received with gratitude and in some way returned to you tenfold. Now is the time to nourish yourself too, for giving must be balanced by receiving. Allow yourself to feel how the universe is like a wonderful, nurturing mother that is always there when you need her. Demeter says to trust that you are loved and cared for all day, every day, and for all time, especially now. Do you sometimes overgive to people until you're an empty well? Perhaps you've attracted others who are needy and want you to look after them, or you might be in a pattern of people pleasing because you're afraid to set boundaries. There is a sticky quality to connections based on this need to be needed. Although the possible repercussions for certain boundaries are in your mind, your body holds on to the fear tightly. So it can be scary to make a change. No one wants to admit that they are manipulative or codependent, but it is important to be honest about where you find yourself now. Demeter knows the price of this way of being, as it caused her to lose something so dear to her. Now she has come to show you another way. Your alignment task is to recognize that it is time to step back, take a breath, and say no to the behaviors and people you know are draining you. It's that simple. The divine is the one with the plan. Gather your love, your nourishment, and your self-worth. I'm going to repeat this. Gather your love, your nourishment, your self-worth. The divine is the one with the plan. Choose how you nurture and how you want to receive it. You are so loved when the goddess Demeter brings you her nurturing energy to help you course correct. Taking a deep breath in and out. And with this beautiful message, let's go ahead and just dive right into our meditation for the week. Taking a deep breath in and out. Bring your awareness to your body. And with each breath, allow your body to relax. Relax the muscles, your tendons, your bones. Go all the way in, deeper and deeper. Let's do this 2 more times. In, breath in. Another one. this week, I want to really gift you guys with a shield, a bubble of golden light. I want you to surround yourself in this divine angelic golden light. Actually, for the rest of the month, I want you to be surrounded in this golden light. That came in very clearly. There's powerful magic here when you do this. So bring your awareness to the top of your head and see a pillar of light coming down from above, entering your crown, going through your body, through your heart, and then going all the way into the earth, anchoring you into Mother Earth. Allow this pillar of light to expand all around you. So it looks like a cylinder, like you stand in the center of this cylinder of light. And now imagine, see, sense, or feel this beautiful golden ball of light coming down from above. And it just kind of sets right around you. And allow this ball of light to expand as much as you would like it to be. The bigger, the better. And within the ball of light, you are filled with that golden light, from head to toe, flowing through every part of your body, every part of your being, extending all the way out through every area of your life, and blessing everybody that you come in contact with. Taking a deep breath in here and out. And I want you to just take this time and breathe in this space of this golden light, being anchored between heaven and earth, balanced on all levels of your being. Now bring your awareness to your back, the center of your upper back, where your sacred wings, your divine wings reside. Now, if you haven't unleashed your wings, well, this is a gift for you. So go ahead and bring your awareness to your wings that are sitting there. Pay attention to see, is it closed? Is it retracted all the way in? Is it kind of like itching to open up? Is it already open? Breathe in that golden light and send it to your wings, and allow your wings to open as big as it can. And take notice of the magnificence of your divine wings. That brings you freedom. That connects you to your angelic self, that connects you to your higher self, your divine self. Taking a deep breath in here and out. Begin to move your wings. And this week, what I want to share with you, if you're really feeling like nurturing yourself, which you're being asked to do this week, right? That was the message from Demeter, is go ahead and wrap your wings around you so that you're giving yourself a hug. And when you do that, when your wings come in contact with you, you see it begin to emanate that golden light. So it's like this warm golden light around you, just hugging you. And the beauty of this is, if you have children, you can hug your children this way. When you're holding your child, you can just bring your wings around them and then emanate that golden light. You can do this with your spouse. You can do this with your loved ones. This is going to be a powerful week for you. Yeah. Taking a deep breath in here and out. So Demeter, really, as you're breathing in this golden light consciousness around you and feeling into your beautiful wings, which I invite you to keep them open from now onward. Demeter really reminds us to be firm and unswaying when we are taking a stand for what is right or what we need and deserve. Demeter is telling us to be unapologetic when it comes to our needs and our desires. So with this, here's the prayer. Divine Mother of all life, grant us your calm strength so that we can remain centered, accept life as it is, and know that we have a purpose. Help us celebrate the abundance of life that we see all around us. Comfort us when we feel overwhelmed by all that we have to do and feel taken for granted. Give us strength to move forward in our search for the truth and for those things that are most meaningful to us. We are grateful for the abundance that we have in our life. Help us use our resources wisely and guide us to friends who will help us find fun and lightheartedness in our lives. Help us enjoy food that is good and nurturing to our bodies, and to remember that we are in control of our own health. Help us share our overflowing love with others every day, and lend us your self-assurance, helping us know, as you did, that we deserve to be treated well and with respect. Lend us your ability to stand firm and insist upon what is truly right and what is ours. Beloved Mother of all life, help us remember to nurture our own inner child. So be it, and so it is. Taking a deep breath in here and out. Taking a deep breath in here and out. Bringing all that experience into this present moment with your wings wide open, surrounded by that warm glow of golden angelic divine light, blessing you with miracles for the season and beyond, aligning you to your highest and greatest potential and opportunities. We thank the Divine Mother of all life. We thank our beautiful divine posse, our guides, our guardians, our angels, our highest self. We thank beloved Demeter for the powerful messages. So be it, and so it is. Beautiful. Thank you so much for receiving this week's transmission, this week's prayer, and this week's meditation, as well as this week's messages. I invite you to listen to this as many times this week to remind you of where you need to put your focus this week so that you can harness more of the gifts of this season. Thank you for receiving this. Until next time, happy holidays and blessings to you.